Good morning, yogis. Thanks for joining me on the mat today. We are working this week on a functional balance routine. So this flow is going to bring you all the way through a bunch of standing postures to help you with your everyday movements. So things like walking down the street without falling on your face, or going up and down the stairs, or carrying laundry and stepping over dog toys. Maybe that's just me. All right, so this whole routine, this whole flow is done standing, and it's really quick, but it's a good way to just work on kind of the functional side of yoga, so to speak. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to begin on our mat in Tadasana, or our standing pose here. I am going to set my timer so that I know what I'm doing here. All right, so we are going to find our Tadasana pose. Our feet are underneath our hips. You're stacking everything up in a line, right? So feet and ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, crown of the head. And then reach the hands down towards the mat. Let the fingers open nice and wide, and then pull the belly button up and in. So that's going to tuck your tailbone down a little bit. We're going to build our base first. All right, so we're beginning in our Tadasana pose. Our feet are underneath our hips, shoulders roll back and down. Close your close your eyes. And take a nice big breath here. Reaching in through the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, settle down into the shape. So pull your belly button up and in, tailbone reaches down. Nice. So starting to engage through the core. This is going to help you with your balance. Everything we do today starts here. I have a chair handy in case you need a little bit of extra help with your balance. Having a wall or chair might be a good idea. Let's take a few grounding breaths here. We're building our base from the ground up. So firming up the core, lifting the shoulders, tucking tailbone, and then lifting all 10 toes, spreading them nice and wide and placing them back down on the mat. So with your eyes closed if you can, otherwise you can go ahead and open them. Try rocking back and forth. So onto the balls of the feet, and then onto the heels, lifting the toes. Just forward and back. What we're actually doing here is waking up the ankles and working on our core. So we don't have to go down to the mat for anything today. If you don't have a mat handy, that's okay. Nice. Okay, so now a little side to side action with those feet. So if your eyes are closed, go ahead and open them and look down. I want you to roll onto the pinky toe sides of the feet. If that's uncomfortable for you, that's maybe a sign that you need to work into your rotation of your ankles a little bit. And then flipping to the other side, so the pinky toe side, the blade of the foot, comes up and rolling onto the arch side of the foot. And then just back and forth a little bit here, rolling maybe 3 or 4 times. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and shake that out. So your feet are the basis for everything we do in balance. We're going to begin our flow here with a little bit of an exercise. So go ahead and face the front of your mat. Bring your right foot back behind you and find your way into a crescent pose. So just reaching the hands up overhead, maybe even looking up. Nice. Root down through that front heel. Hands come to heart center, and I want you to hinge forward over this front knee. So from here, we're going to just bring this back foot all the way up and lift up. Push the hands back as you pull the knee up and in. Now notice what your hips do. You want to try to keep them square as much as possible. So that right hip comes down, the left hip comes up. Step back into that crescent. Same leg, right knee comes up. Reach the arms behind you as you stand up. And then back. And lift up. Nice. 2 more, just like that. Reach out and back, and come, whoops, and come up. Don't look out of the way, because then you're gonna fall over. Last one. That's what happens when I look at the camera. And then inhale all the way up. Nice. Put both feet down on the mat, relax your shoulders, and maybe just adjust a little bit here. Shake it out. Do whatever you need to do. We're into the other side. Hands to heart center to start. Step back with the left foot. Find your way into that crescent. Sink nice and low. Push that foot back. Heel is over the toes, and then slide the tailbone down and up. Reach the arms up towards the sky. Nice. Here we go. Same thing. You're going to stand up, bring that knee with you. Push the hands behind you. Inhale, reach up and lift. And step back. Lift up. Back. Last one. I think that's 5. And then find your way to your Tadasana pose. Close the eyes. Fingers reach down towards the mat. Take a nice big breath. Find all the corners of your feet and press them down into the mat. So imagine that your foot is actually a rectangle. So press against the top of the foot, right against that ridge, and then push the heels towards the mat. Bend the knees slightly, so there's a little bounce there, and then tuck that tailbone down. This is your base. Open the eyes, reach the arms all the way up, press palms together at the top, and then bend the knees if you need to. We're going to fold all the way down. Perfect. From here, take a little half lift. We're getting that belly nice and firm, that core strength. Step back with your right foot. Find your way to a low lunge. So the right knee comes down, lift the hands all the way up towards the sky. Beautiful. Hands come to heart center. Pop that back knee off the mat and then stand all the way up into that balance pose. We were here once already. Nice. You can bring your hands to your knee if you like. We're going to hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2. Nice. Step that right foot back and down. Crescent warrior. Reach the arms up. Sink nice and low. Good. Nice. Hinge forward. Reach forward. Flying warrior, we call this. I forgot what it's called for a minute. You're rooting down through this right hip. Reach the arms nice and long. Hands come to heart center. Push down through that front leg. Float the back foot off the mat. Keep the standing leg bent until you get the heel even with your hips. And then if you want to, you can straighten the legs. And then relax the shoulders. Pull that belly button up and in and square off your hips. Perfect. Nice. From here, we're going to step back with this back foot. Oh, sorry. We're going to bring this back foot up and in. We're finding our way to our tree pose. Hands stay to heart center. Don't make it any harder if you don't need to. Bring that right foot into the inner inseam of your left leg. Having trouble talking today. Hands are at heart center. Now, if you're not used to balancing, all of this work on one foot is a lot. If you need to step out of it, or again, if you need to grab onto that chair, you go right ahead and do so. Nice. We're going to release this tree pose and step out with the right foot way far behind you. Find your way to a warrior 2 stance. So your left foot is forward, your right foot is back. I guess I didn't plan that well since my back is to you. Beautiful. Very nice. All right, let's go ahead and find our way to our goddess pose. So you're going to turn your left toes out, your right toes out, heels come in and sink down. We're going to work into our obliques a little bit. Actually, this is good that you can see my back. So I'm sitting back and down between the legs. The knees open up and then reach the arms out. So like I said, we're going to work these obliques. Bring your fingertips behind your head and just bring your left elbow towards your left knee, and then right elbow towards right knee, and then left, and then right, and then left, and then right. Come back to this goddess pose. Sink a little bit lower. Push those knees behind you, and then reach all the way up. Bring palms together, heel toe your feet in just about 1 step, toes face whatever your front is. We're bringing this right foot, we're pushing off and bringing it in to the left foot. Just tap it, and then we're stepping back out. Tap, whew, and step, and tap. It's harder with the hands at heart center. Step. You can do whatever you need to with the hands to find your balance. Good. Just going to do about 3 more here. And then on the last one, we're going to hold. So we're just tapping that toe right here to the inner leg and reach the arms up overhead. Ooh-wee. Nice. Beautiful. Relax your shoulders. Hold, hold, hold. And then go ahead and step back out into that warrior 2. Right toes face what is now the back of the mat. Hands out. Sink into this pose. Nice. All right, we're going back around that circle here. So, all right, I flipped it around. So, left toes towards the end of the mat. We're going back around here. So find your warrior 2, left toes out, right foot is behind you, sink down. Very nice. Let's go ahead and reach the arms all the way up, press palms together, sit down into your goddess pose. Good. On this one, you can use the hands behind the head again, or you can reach the arms out nice and long. This is a little bit more advanced. So from here, we're just going to slide the left hand down and the right hand up. If you have the room, you might bring the fingertips all the way to the mat, maybe not. All the way up, over towards the right. And then back up and towards the left. Back up and towards the right. One more time each side. So you might really be feeling this in the back, but you're really aiming for right here. So make that hinge and back up. Hoo-wee. Nice. Turn your toes. This time left foot comes inside the inseam of the right leg. So hands to heart center. It's a little bit more challenging. If you want to swing your arms, that sometimes helps. So here we go. We're going to push off and find that balance. Push off and balance. Balance. Nice. We've got 2 more. And then we're going to hold. Last one. And we're holding. And we're reaching. Beautiful. Hoo-wee. Nice. All right, we're stepping out into that warrior 2. Toes out. Find your flow. Very good. Right leg this time comes inside the left foot. And we're standing up into our tree on our left leg. All the way up. Nice. So your right foot is on the inseam of the left leg. Relax your shoulders down. Hoo-wee. Nice. So one side is probably more easy than the other, and that's okay. Go ahead and release your tree, and we're going to step back and find our way into that crescent warrior. Reach the arms all the way up. Hinge forward. Reach, reach, reach. Nice. Hands can come down. You can use that chair. You can use a wall, whatever you need to. Float that back leg off the mat. Look down below you, right at the floor. Square off the hips. I like to flex my foot. We're standing up. This right knee is coming all the way up and in. Beautiful. And then we're just going to step back into our crescent and then find our way into our low lunge. Beautiful. Both hands come to either side of that front foot. Step forward, forward fold, melt down over the legs. And then rise all the way back up. Oops. And press palms together at the top. Hands come to heart center. All right, we have time. We're going to work through this sequence one more time a little bit quicker. So we're just going to flow through the whole thing. So let's come to the top of the mat. Feet are underneath the hips. Reach the arms all the way up. Press palms together and then fold down over the legs. Let's take a half lift here. Step back with the left foot. Left knee comes to the mat. Reach the arms all the way up. Low lunge. Hands come to heart center. We're going to stand all the way up and bring that left knee with us. Good. Knee is even with the hips. Step back, crescent. Reach the arms all the way up. Hinge forward from the hips. A little flying warrior here. If you want to reach the arms out in front of you, it's a little bit more core work. unless you have a rose bush there. Lift the back leg off the mat. Find your way to your warrior 3. Nice. Tree pose is next. Left foot comes inside the inseam. Anywhere you want to go with the hands. Maybe up if you're working a little stronger through the core. One more breath. Relax your shoulders. This is more about the balance than the flow today. Hands come to heart center. Release that foot. Step back. Warrior 2. Your right foot is forward. Your left foot is back. Nice. Stand all the way up. Press palms together. Find your way to your goddess. Sink down nice and low. Whichever way works for you. Hands or open arms. I'm going to do hands. Elbow to knee. Elbow towards knee. Nice. Sink low. Elbow towards knee. Towards knee. Beautiful. There you go. Perfect. All right. Reach all the way up. Turn your toes towards the front of your mat, hands to your heart center. Right foot comes to the inner leg here. So standing up and just, oops, and tapping. I'm gonna use my hands. And tap, tap. We're going to hold on this one. Hold, oops, we're gonna fall over on this one and reach all the way up. Perfect. Let's step back out into that goddess pose. Toes out, heels in, sink nice and low. Because we're always trying to advance, reach those arms nice and long, 3 of them. So just sweeping that left hand down, the right hand up. Inhale up, right hand down, left hand up. I suggest if you don't have a shiny surface, then film yourself so that you can see what it looks like, because we can't always tell if our wrists are in line or if we're hinging forward. Nice. Hands to heart center. Straighten the legs, turn your toes out. We're going this way this time, so the left foot comes to the inside of the right leg. And step back and up, back and up. Nice. Last one, we're going to hold right here. Oops, we're going to fall over. Reach up. We're finding a warrior 2 going this way, so into your left leg. So the left toes face the end of your mat. Adjust your right foot and sink down low. Beautiful. From here, we're going to find this tree. Right leg comes to the inside of the left leg. Step forward and see if you can do it in one breath. Right foot inside the left. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. Here we go. We're going to release that foot, send it back right into your crescent warrior. Foot comes down, arms reach up. Hinge from the hips. So you're pushing into that left foot. Hinge from the hips. I'm sweating a ridiculous amount, you guys. And then float that back foot off the mat. Warrior 3. Can we hold it for 5? Square off your hips. 3, relax your shoulders. Reach the fingertips nice and long. 2, and then go ahead and stand all the way up. Hands come to heart center. Bring that right knee with you and just float that foot off the mat. Hips are nice and square. And then go ahead and put that foot down. Find your way to your Tadasana. I'm just going to turn so that I'm facing the camera and the sun. Root your feet down into the mat. Arms reach behind you. Interlace your fingers. Open your heart here. Press your knuckles down towards the mat. Lift the chest. Zip the belly up and in. And then let's fold forward. Bend the knees. Fold down over the legs. And just go ahead and release the hands to the mat. Maybe take a little ragdoll here. Rock the feet a little forward and back. Nod the head yes. Shake the head no. And then root to rise all the way up. Press palms together. Hands come to heart center. Take a nice big in-breath here. And then as you exhale, open your eyes. Let your hands fall down by your side. So a simple flow going through really basic moves, but the more you do it, the more you'll keep that functional movement. And that's what's important when you're walking around things on uneven terrain, doing yoga in the park, or any of the things that we do that aren't in a perfect situation, right? So we can't always be walking across a nice flat floor. especially if you live in my house. Or you do yoga outside, or you run outside, or do any of the things that we do. So we lose this over time. It's important to keep training your body to find that equilibrium and that balance. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today, yogis. Have a fabulous rest of your week. Namaste.